La 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 la. Oh, we're taping right now. Oh well. Today we talk about biotech, specifically radioligands. Talk about why are we talking about radioligands and how do they relate to drug development? What are radioligands? And maybe we'll get into how were they? What's the whole idea behind them? All right, cool. With that. Again, if you like this content, if you enjoy this content, like, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends. That would be awesome. That being said, radioligands. So again, why are we talking about this? Well, in the past we've talked about a bunch of the different types of drug modalities that exist out there. Just to reiterate or to hash it out, to rehash it out. I always liked that term, rehash. There's small molecules. This is what we're probably most familiar with. A lot of the over-the-counter drugs are small molecules. Typically, a lot of pills as well tend to be small molecules. You have the biologics, and then within them you have monoclonal antibodies, bispecific antibodies, antibodies in general, cell therapies, gene therapies, and we're seeing even regenerative medicine, tissue, nucleic acid therapeutics, so on and so forth. There's many peptide therapeutics. There's many different modalities that exist out there, one of which is radioligands. This would fit under the class kind of a fusion protein or an antibody-drug conjugate. Kind of, it's a similar type of area. The idea is it's kind of like a Frankenstein of two pieces of drugs put together. Now, again, thinking back to, well, what do you mean pieces of drugs? Well, a part of a drug or a part of a protein, a part of a peptide sequence typically has a function. So the function will be that it switches something on or off. If you combine two switches together, you can create a flow, if you will, of interaction between two cell types or between two pieces, between two functions. So in the case of radioligands, what's happening is that the function 1 is going to be used to target to a cancer cell, assuming we're talking about cancer, and we are because that's where most radiotherapeutics are used. So it targets to a specific tumor cell or cancer cell. And then the second part could be a multitude of things. Typically with radioligands, it's a radioactive molecule or a radioactive heavy metal. So I don't remember the types of heavy metals right now off the top of my head, but it's something that's, I don't know, like molybdenum, I guess, or maybe lithium, I don't know. Something that has a positive, like an extra positive charge that's used for either imaging, diagnosing, or actually for therapy itself. And I know I'm getting really, really into the details right now, so if you don't follow, shoot a little note and say, I have no idea what you're talking about right now. That's cool, that happens. Sometimes I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just kidding around. Nonetheless, in all seriousness, so radioligands, this is kind of one of the functions of them. The other cool piece to them is that they're able to, you can use it as a diagnostic tool or an imaging agent. In other words, you can put a PET scan on, and you can see the radioactivity of this particular, like where it is. So you can locate where is the cancer using this type of technology. So it serves a dual function, and these types of molecules are called theranostics, therapeutic diagnostics. Theranostics! They're really, really interesting, and maybe that's what I'll call this video, is Theranostics. Why? Because Theranostics sounds cooler than radioligand. Anyways, with that, yeah, so this is another type of modality, again, mostly used in oncology cancer settings, particularly in solid tumors is where I've observed more of them used than not. Liquid tumors are your heme malignancies. These are your blood cancers, AML, SML, or CML, CLL, ALL, and so on and so forth. And then lymphomas, your leukemias and lymphomas. Let's see what else. That's all I've got for you guys today on radioligands, or as we're calling them, theranostics. So with that, keep up, thrive, stay sexy. Let me know if you guys have any other questions. And remember, like, comment, subscribe. share. I just wanted to get over 5 minutes, so that's why I was continuing on just a little bit longer. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. I'm crazy sometimes. Only sometimes.